Out at sea, aboard a small boat, stands KUROKI Gensai, who's calmly farming ora. The boat's driver, Karo, informs him that they have arrived at the Devil's Sea. He explains that this ocean is rich with valuable resources buried beneath the seabed, but its location makes it highly contested. Warships disguised as trading vessels frequently patrol the area, often clashing with one another. Karo assumes that KUROKI already knows this, given what he plans to do. KUROKI thanks him and instructs him to leave quickly. He boards a small lifeboat and allows it to carry him silently toward his destination. After some time, a massive warship appears on the horizon. As it draws closer, KUROKI decides that it is time for the duel to begin. The scene then shifts to the Mitsukoyama Professional Sumo Stable, where Kaiozan is sparring with Cosmo. Cosmo charges forward, attempting a takedown, but Kaiozan flips him with ease. Kaiozan urges Cosmo to work harder and put more of his weight into the technique. Cosmo quickly gets back to his feet and launches another attempt. Watching the sparring session, Shinobu remarks that he wishes rookies could take inspiration from Cosmo's relentless attitude. He notes that Kaiozan has been in unusually good spirits ever since Cosmo arrived. Raiwozan agrees, adding that teaching is one of the best ways to refine one's own knowledge. Since Kaiozan is training Cosmo in wrestling techniques, he is also sharpening his own sumo skills in the process. Shinobu suggests that they join the training themselves, and Raiwozan agrees. The scene shifts once again, this time to the village of Dawn, where Galan and Paing stand together. Paing asks Galan what he thinks of the village, and Galan replies that it reminds him of home. Galan notices that the villagers are absent, but Paing assures him that they will return by nightfall. He reveals that they were planning to throw Galan a welcome party, so he suggests that they finish before that happens. Galan selects a spot for their spar, and takes off his glasses as he readies himself. Paing, excited, takes his stance, eager to begin. Paing moves slowly towards Galan, who stands still, waiting for the other to make the first move. Suddenly, Paing charges forward, both men throwing punches at the same time. Paing slips past Galan's strike and counters, but Galan manages to block the attack. Galan is shocked at how Paing manages to move faster than his predictions. Paing, fired up, roars that he will not let Galan get ahead of him and unleashes a flurry of attacks. But Galan evades and blocks them all, as he waits for an opening. When he finally counters, Paing slips past the blow. Galan follows up with a swift kick, but Paing anticipates it and evades. Paing then falls back, and Galan notices a change in his approach, seeing that he is no longer recklessly charging in. He has begun to refine his technique, and Galan realizes just how much Paing has improved. Paing advances once more, and the two clash in a rapid exchange of strikes. Both are within lethal range, where a single blow could decide the fight. Paing is exhilarated, admitting to himself that he has never felt anything like this before, as he can feel every nerve in his body spreading out from his core. He then slips past one of Galan's punches, landing a solid kick, then follows up with a strike that Galan dodges. Galan counters with a sharp blow to the chin, stunning him. Paing quickly drops low and fires an uppercut, but Galan avoids it and strikes him in the chin again, sending him stumbling to the ground. Galan praises his endurance as Paing rises once more, refusing to give up. They continue exchanging blows until Paing eventually collapses, exhausted and defeated. He admits that he should have known Galan would surpass him and laments that he has fallen behind, doubting if he still deserves to call Galan his rival. Galan reassures him, stating that he is only halfway to where he wants to be. He reminds Paing that he too has suffered defeats, and those experiences shaped him into the man he is now. Galan encourages Paing to rise to his level, but Paing declines, swearing that he will surpass him no matter the cost. Galan jokes that he still can't keep his big mouth shut, and says that they should have another match since the final showdown is approaching. Paing agrees, declaring that if anyone is going to protect Oma and Ryuki, it will be him. The scene shifts to Xia Yan and Zhan, discussing their remaining forces. Fu reports that they still have 6 of Xia's direct subordinates and roughly 100 combatants, 2 or 3 of whom show real potential. Fu asks if Xia truly wants to go all in, given how difficult the situation has become, but Xia dismisses the concern, saying he doesn't care as long as the mission is completed. He orders Fu to gather their guest, noting that they will be useful in situations like this. Fu informs him that Xia's hand-picked subordinates and the guest have already deployed their forces to Japan. Despite the reinforcements, Fu notes that they are still short-handed and asks Xia how many soldiers the Westward clan will be sending. Xia reveals that the Westward faction has run into problems of their own. The scene then shifts to a luxury hotel, where the Westward faction meets with a group from the Middle East. Gilbert demands to know what their problem is. Amir Wu informs him that the Middle Eastern group is pulling out of the fight against the KUROKI clan. Gilbert, enraged, accuses Amir of betraying the Westward faction. Amir calmly replies that they do not recognize Gilbert as their leader. Edward Wu had charisma and earned their loyalty, but to them, Gilbert is nothing more than a reckless, self-indulgent brat, not someone they are willing to die for. The insult infuriates Gilbert. Amir continues, reminding him that Kure Rayan has killed many members of the Westward faction. If Gilbert wants the Middle Eastern group's loyalty, he will first have to kill Rayan and prove that his strength is worthy of following. Okay, they kinda cooked with these chapters, especially the part where KUROKI is just standing on the boat with shades, and is just unapologetically aura farming, as he gets ready to take on an entire army. I would love to see the aftermath of that, cause it looks like KUROKI is turning into a Baki character. Then there's Cosmo, who is training with Kaizen in sumo wrestling. Given that Cosmo is a gifted grappler, it would make sense for him to learn some sumo techniques, so I look forward to his transformation. We also got more Galan and Paing moments, which is always a joy to watch these two. In their fight it felt like Paing hasn't changed that much, so it was expected that Galan would win. Maybe I'm unaware, but as Paing has gotten a lot stronger since then. Let me know in the comments. Last but not least, Gilbert Wu vs Rayan confirmed. I have to say, Gilbert looks a lot like his father, but with less muscle and aura. However, I really like his design, because every time I see him, he always just looks really intimidating. But can he hold a candle to Kure Rayan? I think he can, and will probably put Rayan to the ultimate test. I heard some people predict that he's going to kill Rayan, but I'm not sure if that's accurate. Let me know how you guys think this fight will go. I hope that they execute this fight properly, and not let it be a huge letdown like the Edward Wu arc. The authors are cooking at the moment, they just need to make sure that they don't burn the food with bad ideas. That's all for today, I'll see you guys in the next chapter.